You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to Good News with G, the show that encourages you to help others. I'm your host, G. So what we're talking about today this is my first show, so I wanted to kind of go over the parameters and what I've come about and how things have started and just how I got the idea for the show. And, one of the first things is technology. I'm a really old school, and I've had a pager. I don't know if you guys know what that is. I had a 56K modem, so for me to learn platforms and come up with ideas and stuff like that, it's been challenging to say the least, but it's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot of stuff and accomplished a lot of things that I didn't think I was going to be able to do. And, there's an old saying that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, I'm going to tell you right now that's not true because I'm definitely an old dog and I've learned a lot of stuff. So I kind of want to go over what I want to do with the show. And so basically it's a show that talks about, just good news, things that are happening out there that are positive, that are people that are doing. There's just so much, negativity in this world, and there's just really nobody out there just drumming up the idea that there is good stuff going on. So that's the main thing I want to do. And, I was born, just kind of a bit about me. I was born and raised here in Houston, Texas. And I kind of stumbled on the radio station when I was out knocking on doors because I'm a salesperson. So that's how I found the radio station. And I'm going to use that kind of platform. I'm going to have a podcast. I'm going to have Facebook. I'm going to have YouTube, Twitter, all that fun stuff. So you'll be able to follow me kind of like all over the place and see what we're doing here. And another thing is to get out in the community. Like I said, I was born and raised in the state of Texas. I've seen a lot of things happen. I've seen a lot of things change. And so that's just something I feel that I'm at a place in my life where this is an opportunity that I want to, I've always wanted to be in radio, and it's always something I've always had a dream of doing. And it's just never presented itself, as a platform that I could do because there just wasn't out there. And like I said, with technology and things on your phone and just, what's going on, it's given me that opportunity. So, it's just going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys will join me. And I want to invite you to stay tuned. I know my show is going to be on a Wednesday, so I kind of like, Wednesday is kind of like the hump day of the week, for everybody. And so I want this to be a place where you can just kind of take a deep breath, learn some fun things. I also am going to have prizes that I give out to encourage you to help other people. So that's going to be another a realm that we're going to go over. And so, I've got my notes in front of me here, so you're just gonna have to bear with me on this first show as I kind of get the flow of what's happening and, how all this stuff works together. And so basically, I have kind of like three platforms that I want to, or ideas that things that I want to change. And with everybody's help out there, I think it really is. It makes a big difference if the community gets involved. I think it's more important for the community to reach out and help each other than it is for Big Brother to be out there. So, kind of encourage you to do that. I have these really great. I hand make these rope signs, and what I do, and that's going to be one of the prizes, is I take old fence posts, I sand them down, and then I repurpose them, and then I staple, school sayings. Like I have one that says "Gig 'em." For all you Aggie fans out there that I'm sure you will hopefully be beating down my doors there to grab some of this stuff. And I also have a smiley face. And so what you do with that is you attach positive thought, positive, message to it, to yourself. And then whenever you start to feel that way, you kind of take a good look at that, and you can leave it on your desk at work or whatnot. When the boss starts to, make your hair rise, you could kind of step back and take a look at that and, put a smile on your face. And so basically it is a smiley face. It's a smile stapled onto there that I hand staple, and I hand stain these things. So that's going to be one of the prizes. And then I'm hoping that a lot of other people out there that have businesses, that had that community support them. I want this to be an opportunity or a platform for you guys to step forward and show your appreciation for the people that have been doing that. And so it's just I think it's going to be a win-win for everybody. And then the second platform or idea that I have is, there's a lot of people out there that especially during this pandemic and through this last freeze we had, that are struggling. So what I want to do is I have a program that is going to give a lot of people, as many people as I can get out there, fresh vegetables and fruit and stuff like that, absolutely free. I'm going to give this stuff out, and on top of that, I'm also going to have a way for you to put together a franchise where you are able to sell this product, and absolutely free. I'm not going to charge you for marketing, getting it out there. This is all going to be free. So if you're an entrepreneur, kind of like myself, and this is something you really want to do, it's going to give you a chance to have your own business, help the community, and hopefully it'll be all over the United States. I'll start here in Texas, of course, because that's where I'm from, but I'm hoping it'll just branch out pretty much everywhere and it'll grow like weeds. So that's one thing. That's the second thing I'm working on. And then the third thing that I'm working on is literacy. Literacy. There you go. I need a little course on myself, I guess. I'm a little tough with that word. But what I'm going to do is what I've noticed, especially in 5-6-year-olds that are starting in school, and I've heard a lot of it from teachers and stuff like that, is a lot of these kids can't even spell their own name. That's just crazy. I just don't understand how that's not happening. You should be when I was growing up as a kid, my parents drilled that into me. They made sure I could spell. They made sure I could, write and do basic, math. And it just seems that a lot of these kids that are out there these days, they just can't do that. And it's kind of scary, actually. We're one of the, wealthiest nations in the world, and we give people and countries and a lot of money to do things that they want to do. And yeah, we just can't have that. So what I'm going to do is, like I said about the community, there's a lot of teenagers, a lot of college students that I feel really want to do something, and they don't have a channel, a positive, constructive channel to put all that energy to. And this is going to be for you guys. So, getting a hold of me is really easy. You can either, go to my Twitter account, you can go to my email, which is, Good News with G at gmail.com. So that's Good News with G at gmail.com. So it's really easy. Good News with G is the platform we're going to use for everything, totally across the board. So if you just go to Facebook, you go to anything out there, any kind of platform out there, that's what it's going to be. Good News with G. That's the handle I'm going to use. So that being said, that's really easy. Those are the basic things that I want to concentrate on as far as what the program's about. And you'll see that. You'll see people that come on the show. You'll see people that will encourage you to do good things and to help others. I have two storylines that I want to follow. I have one about an astronaut. I'm not going to give it away right now, but I have one about an astronaut that he took 3 years and he got turned down 11 times. Yeah, 11 times. Can you imagine anybody nowadays being turned down 11 times and just, he had the fortitude, the determination, the will just to do that. And he became an astronaut, and he walked, he was in the Space Center on the, out there. So it's just kind of a neat thing. I really think this guy, I want to try to get him on board to come out and just say a few things, hopefully live on a show, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then the second thing that I was going to talk about is, there's so many good people doing a lot of good things. And there was a story that kind of went viral about a guy that was in his 90s, I think, or late 80s, delivering pizza. And he had to because he just couldn't make ends meet on Social Security or the benefits that he had. So it was really kind of a cool story. They, one of the families that he delivered to, they got to know him, they talked back and forth and stuff. And they basically, through TikTok, which is, another really interesting platform, raised I think it was over $10,000. Yeah, over $10,000, and just handed this guy a check when he delivered his pizza, their pizza they ordered. So that's another story. And then I have a whole bunch. I mean, there's just so much stuff going out there that the news just won't report because it doesn't draw people. It's all about having that negative attitude or just you're not being positive about anything, because there's a lot of good stuff out there. So let me see. I went over that. Like I said, I've got notes here in front of me that I've got to go over to talk about. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. What else we got? Yeah. So basically, how you win these prizes, I want to get back to that, and it's pretty straightforward and simple. All you have to do is do something, something considerate, kind, good, however you want to word it for somebody, videotape it, and then shoot it over to my Gmail account, to my, text it to me, whatnot. Just get it to me, and I'll look at it. And then what I'll do is I would take the most heartwarming one that really pulls at my strings, that shows you really out there trying your best and really going kind of like above and beyond the call of duty here, and do something for somebody that they wouldn't expect. Then I have a prize package, and what it is I hand make these really nice crates. Actually, I mean, they're stained, they got some rope on them, and they've got prizes in them from hopefully local businesses and maybe some local artists. It would be kind of neat if you guys had something like that. Would be really cool. Also, to anybody that has a service or owns a restaurant, I'd like to get a couple of coupons from local bars that would have food that they would include in that, and maybe some local theaters when everything starts to ramp back up again, to put in there. And so what I'll do is we'll narrow it down to like the top 3, and then I'll have you guys vote on it and through your texts, and we'll see who would get that prize. And then another thing that I want to do is during the week, I also want to do small giveaways. Just it could be something as small as opening a door for somebody. It could be you're standing in a line at a grocery store and you decide to pay for that person's groceries or whatnot. You could be at Starbucks and you could buy the person behind you a drink. I'm going to give away those smiley faces is what I'll do. So I'm going to give away those things. And also, too, before we go to break here, which will be in a couple of minutes, what I wanted to do, too, is encourage you guys to, if you have an idea for one of my segments, for Good News, or if you have a story that you've come across, because, I'm like a one-man army here. I'm doing everything myself. I'm doing the graphics. I'm doing the production. I'm researching ideas. I'm actually out there in the street. So it's kind of hard. I'm doing everything. So like I said, if you come up with a really neat story that really goes to the heart of what I'm talking about, somebody's really willing to go out there and just really go above and beyond is what I'm really looking for. Then I want to hear it. Please, reach out to me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away those, like I said, those rope signs. So if you see me out and about, all I ask is that you just have some, common courtesy with me. If I'm with my family or something like that, all I ask is that you just kind of introduce yourself, because I always like to be in the first name with people. Just tell me your name, something like, hi, my name's Steve. I saw your show. Listen, I did this. This is a recording. And I will give you one of those smiley faces. I mean, I don't have enough to give everybody a smiley face, of course, but I will have a few on me at all times to give out. And the second thing, too, now remember, if you wanted to, find out more about my rope signs, you can do that, too. I don't, you could go to my Facebook page, which is G Rope Signs, and you can check that stuff out there. So you can see what these prizes look like. And that's G Rope Signs. That's my Facebook, another Facebook account that I have. So you can see what these things look like. And I also, really cool too, back to these rope signs, is I actually have one for, like I mentioned, for colleges. I do a couple of colleges. I have Hookem, I have Gig'em, I have Axum. I have a couple other ones that are out there, and I also have ones for the Houston Astros. So if you're an Astros fan, that's kind of a neat thing. I've got some cool stuff that I'm also going to give out that's Astros based rope signs. So we're going to do that. But right now my voice is really getting hoarse because I'm not used to this yet. So I'm going to go to a break, and I'll be right back.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show with monthly and weekly slots available in Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
What can the Better Living for Texans program do for you? You can learn how to increase your consumption of fruits and vegetables, choose foods that are relatively inexpensive and good to eat, make your food dollars last longer, prepare quick, nutritious meals, help your children learn how to eat healthier snacks, and much more. Our program is committed to helping people like you improve your health through providing research-based nutrition education in a friendly, cost-free, and relaxed environment. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
For some family fun and a little scary too, come to Mattress Firm's Fright Fest Haunted House this Sunday night to benefit the Treehouse Center for Girls.
Bring the whole family for some spooky fun, then enjoy the family-friendly games and candy too. The Fright Fest Haunted House is one night only this Sunday from 6 to 9 p.m. at 2119 West Davis Street in Conroe.
Mattress Firm's Fright Fest Haunted House is free, though 100% of your donations will help the Treehouse Center, a wonderful local shelter for girls.
For more information, find our event on Facebook by searching Fright Fest 2019 for Treehouse Center.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I had to take a short break there. But what I did really get to talk about is kind of like, I didn't really give you a good idea what, about me. So I wanted to just give you kind of a little bit of an outline about me, myself, where I went to school, some of my hobbies, some things I like to do, just so you kind of get an idea about, who I am and what I do for fun when I'm, not working my brain out here. So basically, I went to school in Houston, Texas, of course, Lamar, Lanier, junior high and high school. And then I went to a place called Schreiner University, which is out in the Hill Country. So if you guys have never been out there in the Hill Country, you need to go. I mean, it's the coolest place to get to. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of, activities, great food, really nice people up there. I think you'd really enjoy yourself to take a road trip up there. It's a little bit of a drive, but it's well worth it. So I went to Schreiner. That's where I actually got my degree from. But I came back to U of H, did a stint there for a little while because I just wanted to come back home, back to Houston, and I finished my degree out there. So that's kind of like my degree where I went and where I've been. And basically what I like to do is I like to try to go fishing as much as I can, and of course, I'll take my family. You don't want to, you don't want my wife and my daughter with me. I love them to death, but baiting the hook and taking the fish off is it's something that I enjoy doing with them. But being out there by yourself and fishing, it just it's one of those few things that you can just kind of disconnect from the world with and just concentrate on being yourself. So it's a lot of fun. Fishing, I think it's something that you should all try. Just get out there with yourself or with your family and whatnot. But it's a real fun activity, so that's what I do. As far as sports, I love watching football, basketball, and baseball, all those fun things. So that's kind of like a little bit about me, kind of an outline, who I am. But the second thing I want to get back to is the show is not only about just stories and about people. It's also about, activities that are a lot of fun. And one of my favorite places to go is Brenham, Texas, and they have one of my favorite food groups, which is ice cream, of course. So I really enjoy going out to Brenham and the Bluebell factory out there. And for $1, you can get this huge scoop of ice cream. I mean, it's gigantic, and they have all my favorite flavors out there. And you can eat as many scoops as you want. And I'll warn you, eat more than 3, and you will have a brain freeze. I promise you. But that's one of my, I'm going to take a road trip out there, so you guys can see the factory, get some ice cream. And also, there's the downtown's a lot of fun. They have some really great shops. They have some really, really good restaurants out there. So it's a kind of a fun road trip. So I'm going to be doing those too. Also, I'm going to be taking road trips. I'm up here in Conroe doing the broadcast, as you guys know. So there's a lot of really fun places and things to do up here in Conroe, Texas. Also, if you guys want to get out of town, get out of H-Town for a little bit, it's just about an hour drive down 45. And you come down here to the square and stuff, look around, grab something to eat. That's kind of a quick, fun place to go and just kind of de-stress or whatnot. And that's what I like about small towns. There's always those opportunities for you to get away from the big city and just come out and enjoy yourself. So we're going to be doing that. And then, like I mentioned earlier too, I wanted to revisit the rope sign. So if you guys, see me out and about, by myself or with the family, I only ask that you do 2 things, and one of the most important things is I always like to refer people and by their first name. It just makes the conversation a little more friendly. It gives me a way to get to know you, because I always want to address people correctly. I don't want to misinterpret anybody or call them or address them by something they don't want to be addressed by. So just give me your name and just mention you saw the show. Let me know if you have an idea for the show, or maybe you actually have one of the good deeds that you filmed and you want to show that to me. That's fine. Like I said, mentioned earlier, I will be carrying some of those rope signs, the smiley face ones, not the other ones, but the smiley face rope signs along with me. So if I deem your story or what you did worthy of such a reward, then I'd be more than happy to give you one. Or if you just know somebody that's going through some challenging times and you would love to give that smiley face to them, I will also do that for you. But like I said, there's limited numbers of that. But I will post pictures and videos of people that I give them to, so you see that they're getting out there. So just be aware of that. And then second, if you want to get a hold of me, I'm going to repeat that, you can go to my Facebook page, Good News with G. You can tweet. My Twitter handle is the same thing. If you want to email me, it's goodnewswithg@gmail.com. So pretty much every platform that's out there, it's the same thing. It's really easy to remember, Good News with G. So that is how you get a hold of me and upload those videos, or, you can private message me on my Facebook page. If you have something you wanted to surprise somebody with, like you wanted to surprise them with one of the rope signs. Like I said, I have ones for colleges like Gig'em. I have one for, Hookem. I've got one for Axum. That one says Axum. So those are also I have another Facebook page. It's G Rope Signs. If you want to see what they look like, and there's pictures of those, so you can have more of a general idea of what those rope signs look like. And so you can go ahead and head over and do that. So also too, I mentioned that I want to say that again too about the prize box. I make these, I hand stain these prize boxes, and I really need a lot of stuff in them. I really want to have, really great, prizes in these prize boxes, like gift cards from restaurants. Maybe a gas card would be really cool from Buc-ee's. If you're out there, Buc-ee's, you're listening. That would be really great if I could get a gift card from you guys. Crackle Barrel, I really like eating at that place. So if you guys wouldn't mind tossing in a gift card, if you're a hotel chain, it'd be great to throw in a hotel. Get somebody to go out of town, take care of their lodging and stuff like that. Also, too, as soon as these as soon as these movie theaters start opening up, I'd sure like to get a gift card from AMC, something like that. Maybe a free oil change, it'd be kind of a neat thing to have in there. People always need to get their oil changed. What else would I want in there? Restaurants, food, oil change. Maybe some kind of free tune-up. If you want to promote your business with a free tune-up, that would be kind of cool. As far as the cost for all that stuff, it's going to be in my Facebook page, and you can just email me, and I'll be more than happy to give you a call, a sheet of what the pricing is for the advertisement and stuff like that. Okay, so what else we got on here? All right, let's, there was a second story that all this stuff I was thinking about waiting, but I have plenty of time, it seems, to do this. So I want to talk about Jose Hernandez. And this is that astronaut that I was telling you about. He was a migrant farm worker, worked in the fields with his family, moved around a lot, so I just can't imagine, doing that and not having a real stable place to call you call home. So kudos for this guy. I mean, he graduated through high school, gave himself a degree. And like I said, this guy refused to give up. This person he had a dream, and he was going to see it through. A lot of us, especially kids, we all want to be, astronauts. We want to be firemen. We want to be all kinds of things when we're kids. And, not never, but most of the time those things just don't materialize. But this guy didn't quit. And that's one of the reasons he's a person that I think all of us should look up to. I mean, I just can't imagine doing it for 3 years. I really can't. I can't imagine wanting something so much that I would not quit. I would stick with it. I mean, 3 years and 11 times he got turned down. 11 times. Yeah, that's crazy. 11 times. I just can't imagine that, wanting something. I don't know if I could do 11 times. I mean, I would keep trying, but boy, after the fifth or sixth or seventh or eighth time, I'd be like, if somebody kept telling me no that many times, I'd be like, well, maybe it just wasn't meant to be. So if you guys are just joining me on what I'm doing is I'm talking about this astronaut, Jose Hernandez, that just would not refuse to give up. I mean, and that's the kind of people that we need to see, because good things and good people aren't in the news. They just never are. Very rarely are they in the news. It's people that are doing, destructive things in this country, in this world, in this state, in the city. I mean, it's just rarely do you see the news go, "Hey, we got some good news. You should pay attention to this guy, and look what he did." It just doesn't happen. So that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this. I wanted to give people a platform that they could come to every Wednesday. Because you guys don't forget, every Wednesday at 11 a.m., this is where I'm going to be. This is where you should be. And we're going to talk about positive people, good things. I'm going to try to encourage you, influence you, whatnot, however you want to word it, to just get out there and have a profound and positive impact on the community and people's lives. Believe me, the first person that smiles back at you that has just been having a terrible day, and you've done something as simple as maybe even gotten bought one of my smiley face rope signs and given it to them, it's going to make the world a difference to them. It really is. It's I can't tell you how much this is going to mean to a lot of people. It really, but you're all going to be part of it. So, this really is an opportunity for you to come in on Wednesdays, take a deep breath. What I want you to do is just kind of pretend like you guys, you have this circle around you, and all this, frustration, anger, uncertainty, just the total gamut of whatever you're feeling. I want you to just take it out of your pockets and put it in that circle and walk out of that circle. That's what you got to do. So you come to listen to me with just, a fresh outlook. And so when you get through with this program, you can go, man, that's what I needed. I needed that lightning bolt of just reinforcement that it's going to be all right. We're all going to get through this, and this country is going to move forward, and we are going to have prosperity, and people are going to treat each other with a little more respect, a little more kindness. I mean, and this is what this program's about. I mean, it really is. It's a place for you to come, bring your friends, and just do it a 380 and just turn around and set a mood for the rest of the week, and that's if the very least, if all I could get out of you is a smile, that's what I'm gaming for. So this is the first show, and so I'm also gonna I also want to do, which I didn't mention. I just was thinking about that. I also want to do a platform where I give you the opportunity to maybe tell some jokes, tell a funny story, an incident that happened, just to make somebody chuckle, make them laugh. So we'll have not only, stories about people that are doing, good things. We'll have maybe kind of a little comedy hour, which would be kind of fun. And then we'll also have, like I said before, I'm also going to go to places that maybe you haven't, and you just don't know about them. And it's just going to be simple trips and places and things to do that will just kind of take your mind and your problems and whatever else somewhere else for the day. And that's what it really boils down to is that's what this show is about. It's about you having a different perspective or mood when the show's over with. So that being said, let me grab some drink here. My voice is getting ready to go again. There we go. All right, let's see. What else did I want to talk about? What else are we going to do here today? Let's see. What else are we going to do? I talked about me. Let's see. I talked about the show. Oh, so I want to go back to volunteering and stuff like that. That's one of the many things that we can do if we really want some kind of change. And want things to be different in this country, you got to volunteer for stuff. You got to physically get out there and get involved. And so that is a really big part of this show too. I mean, I came up with these ideas about, eliminating literacy and about helping people, especially the literacy, and about maybe helping people with getting food out there to people. And I've come up with a program or idea that I think will work really well. But it's all about manpower. It's all about being able to do something that I want, but not having the manpower to do something. So this is a chance for you to have some fun, meet some new people, get out there and get involved in your community, because that's the only way anything's going to change, is having people that are willing to do something about it. And so I think this is really going to be something fun. So I implore you to do that. That is something that needs to happen. There's stuff that needs to happen in this country. There's things that need to take place, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to do that. But the only way to do that is if I if I get your help. So this is just going to be one of the few places you can come to do that. And so I gave you guys those two stories. And those are my that I talked about. Jose Hernandez. You should just go look that up. You should just go look that up. I mean, you really should. If you want to teach your kids about determination and about staying with something if you believe in it, it's a really good story. It really is. And the second thing I talked about is, if you guys are just getting into the tail end of this, is the pizza delivery guy who. Yeah, it scares the bejeebers out of me that when I get to be his age, I hope I'm not delivering pizzas at 90. I hope I'm not delivering pizzas. It doesn't sound like a bad gig, but boy, you get to be 90 going up and down those stairs and getting out of that car it could be a little rough on you. But this guy just smiled. I could tell the whole time that that he was telling me this story and what he has to do. So. Let's hope that we all of us don't turn into pizza delivery drivers at 90. I delivered some pizzas too when I was in college. I delivered pizzas, did all kinds of stuff. Whatever it took to bring in a little extra money, I would do it. So kudos to you guys out there. I mean, I really like, I really appreciate the pizza drivers out there, because that's one of my favorite food groups is pizza too, other than ice cream. let's see, what else we got here? What else we got going on? Before we get, I just got a couple of minutes left, and then I got to pack out of here. But I wanted to go over that one more time, that if you guys see me out in public, please, like I said, approach me, but just, give me my 5 feet, as the CDC says. Keep that mask on. I know it's not the most favorite thing in the world to do, but, it's something we can do for each other. And then let me know what you've done, or if you have suggestions for the show. That's the huge thing. I really need people that have creative ideas that I can put into place and see what we can do with it. Because this is my first show, so I hope it to be the first of many. Because I think I'm really going to enjoy doing this, and I'm going to have guests. So if you'd like to be a guest on the show, and talk about the things that are out there that people can get a hold of, that is something positive that'll benefit them, that I want to do that too. So just please reach out to my like I said, it's real easy for you guys to get a hold of me, because I wanted to keep it really simple, really plain. It's Good News with G. Pretty much any platform, all the platforms I have it on, the podcast, the Twitter, the Facebook, the YouTube, the web address, all that stuff is going to be on, my platforms that you can easily grab a hold of. And like I said, the easiest way to get a hold of me is my email. I'm always looking at my email. I always look at that stuff. So I constantly check that thing, which is goodnewswithg at gmail.com. So it's pretty much easy. goodnewswithg at gmail.com. So that's how you guys get a hold of me, and give me that information. And then there's also one thing I wanted to talk about too. I'm a local artist, photographer, fun stuff like that. I didn't mention that before, but I like photography, and I play around with printing things and all kinds of great stuff like that. So I have this, which you can't see right now because we're on the radio, but I'm going to have a picture of it on my website. I have this saying that I'm going to print. I'm going to hand cut a block out of and print with it. It's life is tough, but you're tougher. So that's kind of like one of the sayings that I truly believe in. Life is tough, but you're tougher. So I'm going to get that framed. And so what I really, really need is a framer out there that could frame these pieces once I get through printing them. And I'm going to pass those out too, and maybe use those to raise some funds for some other stuff that I want to do. And I'm also, so that's one of the main things. So if you're a framer and you frame pictures, and stuff like that, then these are really small. They're like 9 by 12 or something like that. I think that's what the size I'm going to come up with. So what I would like to do is, give these out as something somebody can hang in their wall, just for them to, to look at when they get home, or if they just, you've had a rough day at work, you can just kind of use that as a positive reinforcement for yourself, or your family, or even a friend, maybe. I don't know. You can, if you want one of these things, you can also contact me for that too. So that, that's one thing that's also going to be, that I'm going to work on. And then the last thing that we're going to go over, that I'm going to talk about, is, summer's coming up. And so what I wanted to do too, this is another idea that I've been kind of tossing around in my head, is I want to have some concerts, really small concerts. I'm not a promoter, so I wouldn't be able to do really big ones, monster concerts and stuff like that. So I just want kind of a really small concert. And what I want to do is I'm going to find local bands, and what I'll do is I'll have kind of like a raffle, I think, if I can do that. I'm sure I can. So you'll buy a ticket, and I'm going to sell maybe 1,000 tickets, right? And then I'll have maybe 50 to 100 people at the concert. And then the money from, and it'll be like I'll bring a bingo guy, what I think will be kind of a lot of fun, Kiwanis Club or somebody like that that has a bingo set up, and then we'll just draw names, or everybody is assigned a number, and then we'll take the numbers. We'll have them spit out the numbers like when they're playing bingo, and then those people will get that chance to go to the concert. And along with that concert, which is really cool, is I'm going to have food trucks. So I'm going to need to eventually get a hold of some food trucks. So if you're a food truck and you want to do this with me during the summertime, you can also email me too. And that's good news with g@gmail.com. You can email me your contact information, and I'll get back to you guys. So just what kind of truck you have, what kind of food you serve, kind of like the pricing you would package, maybe some kind of package you guys could put together so that I could utilize that. And so what'll happen is I'll have a concert, a small one, and then I'll also have a special guest. And so you guys know about Taylor Swift. She was on the radio, and she got discovered by singing out some songs, and kind of same with Justin Bieber, I guess. I think he did the same thing where he just sang some stuff on YouTube. People picked him up. So what I'll do is I'll have a contest where if you're an aspiring singer, that you'll post a video on my Facebook page or whatnot, and then we'll get a chance to you'll be able to sing one or two songs, but before the band, and so the band will be there, and then that'll give you, if you don't have a band, that'll give you a chance to be part of that band and sing. So it'll be a lot of fun. So we'll have up and coming stars, so to speak, on that. So with that ticket, you get a concert. I'm going to try to get somebody, like Academy or something like that, donate some fold-up chairs for the seating. So you get a fold-up chair along with that, and the concert, and the food truck, and maybe some other kind of fun stuff I'll throw in with that. Maybe one of my rope signs or something like that we could also throw into there. But what will happen is with the remainder of the money, that'll go to pay what I need to do as far as permits and stuff like that. And anything left from that, I will give out some scholarships, some free scholarships for people. And it'll be the same thing, I think, as far as who wins, to make it completely, transparent and completely fair. We will use the bingo setup again for you guys to be able to win those scholarships. And that'll just be, it'd be a scholarship, or if you're going to school, then I'll pay off one of your debts at the school. Like maybe I'll pay for your books, pay for your food, part of your dorm, something like that. So that's also going to come up. So there's just going to be a lot of stuff happening. And it's just going to be a lot of fun, I think. I'm going to go out and talk to people, have, live interviews and stuff like that with people, and just kind of go out there and interact with others and have some fun with that too. So I'm also going to post those. But, that's once, I do have some equipment. I just don't have a lot of equipment. And so I'm going to, on my website too, there's some stuff that I could really use as far as equipment. So if you guys, if you won the lottery or something like that, and you're looking for a good spot to spend some of that money, I'm going to list the equipment that I need on my platform. So that'll be a place for you guys to get some more information. Or if you wanted to find out some more about me, then I'm also going to post a lot of the stuff that I talked about on my notes here for you guys to take a look at. I'm also going to post a picture of the piece that I want framed and the dimensions. And if you want to sponsor that, you can do that too. So that'll be something for you guys to take a look at. Let's see what we got left here. What we got here? I think that is just about everything I have. But I want to go back over a couple of things in case you guys just joined. So if you just joined the show and you're kind of catching the last couple of minutes that I got, the show is strictly about you, getting out there and encouraging others to help others. That's basically what the show is about. And then I have prizes to give out if I see you're out there doing that. And a lot of times I might even just walk up to you and give out a couple of these rope signs just so you can kind of take a look at it. It'll have all the information on the back of the rope signs, how to get a hold of the show, when to watch, all that good stuff. So, like I said, if you guys see me out there, this is, something that I want to give everybody an opportunity to get involved with. And if you have some ideas for the show, because I don't have writers, I'm just doing it myself, kind of winging it until I get some other people. Maybe if you're a broadcast major, something like that, and you want something, something fun to do, this is going to be a place for you to hang out. It's a place for you, help me out with some ideas. Help me out with the platforms and stuff like that, and how to post things, how to, I know there's stuff I want to do, but getting there is another story. So this is a really good place for anybody, like I said, that has just graduated, maybe as a broadcast major, as, a writer, something like that. This is really going to be, I think, a good opportunity for you to home tool or, really get your skills, sharpened. So I'll really invite you to, like I said, if you're, especially if you're a broadcast major. I've also thought about the possibility of having maybe a co-host. I mean, there's lots of options that are open on the table right now. So, it just all depends on your personality, stuff like that. If it's something you want to get involved with, then you can do that too. But it's really going to be kind of up to you on how this show goes. I know what I want to do. I know what I want to accomplish. But like I said, it's a roadmap. So I could go left, I could go right, I could go either way. So but I do have a general idea of what I want to do. And like I said, it really is a show that is going to encourage you to think about others, think about the community, think about ways that you can help out. So I invite you guys to dive in. And reach out to me if you have some kind of suggestions or something like that. This is a place, and like I said, I'm here every Wednesday at 11 a.m. And then giving you, that encouragement that you need and talking about people that are just really positive. So this is, like I said, I will see you guys at 11 a.m. every Wednesday right here and on all my social media platforms.